He always sat by the far wall, same spot, every night. Not the bunk, not near the window, just pressed into the corner, knees drawn up, back straight, like he didn't want to be seen, didn't want to risk being part of the room at all. At lights out, the others would lie down, mutter, turn away. But not him. He waited, patiently, quietly. Then, when the silence settled like dust, he'd pull out a worn notebook from under the mattress. Same pencil, same ritual, 3 pages, always 3. Handwriting so small, so tight, you had to squint to read it. I only did once. That was enough. He didn't speak much. Not to the other inmates, not to staff. He wasn't rude, just somewhere else. Somewhere far away. You could feel it when you walked past. Like his body was here, but the rest of him, his thoughts, his time, was caught in a different place entirely. I asked him once, during meds, "Who do you write to?" He didn't look at me. He didn't even blink. Just said, "To someone who's not here anymore." And then, after a long pause, "But maybe still waiting." I didn't ask again. One evening, when he was at the showers, one of the rookies pulled out the notebook, said he just wanted to know what kind of nut writes every day to nobody. I should have stopped him, but I didn't. Maybe part of me wanted to know too. There weren't dates or names, no "dear so-and-so," no "sincerely," just fragments, bits of thought like pieces of broken mirror. You laughed when the window fogged up. I remember how you traced your name into it with your finger. Or, "I heard someone whistle that song today, the one from the bus ride. I almost forgot the second verse." And this one, "I still see your hand curled on the seat. I didn't reach for it. I don't know why." You could feel it, reading those pages. The weight, not drama, not pity, just grief, quiet and constant, like a low humming in your chest. I dug into his case, not because I had to, because I couldn't not. It was a rainy night. He was driving. She was in the passenger seat. Early 20s, college town. They were coming back from somewhere. No alcohol, no speed, just bad timing. A turn taken half a second too late. She died instantly. He didn't. When they found him, he hadn't moved, still gripping the steering wheel, still staring ahead. In court, he didn't deny anything, refused a lawyer, told the judge, "I'm not here to explain, I'm here because I lived." He asked for the maximum, said he deserved worse. Inside, he was quiet, respectful, but the air around him was different. The others gave him space, not because he was dangerous, but because he made them feel something they didn't want to feel. Regret, maybe, or just the weight of someone who truly remembered. Once I passed by his cell during the night rounds. He was writing again, but his eyes were closed. Pencil moving slow, like it was guided by something else. Muscle memory. Ghosts. Who knows? I stopped. I stood there longer than I should have. He didn't notice. Or maybe he did and didn't care. Eventually, I asked, "What if she's not reading anymore?" He smiled, faint, the kind of smile that doesn't touch the eyes. "Then maybe I'm writing to what's left of me." Near the end of his sentence, his vision began to fail. He told the nurse the lines were starting to blur, but he still wrote. Even when the pencil barely left a mark, even when the paper stayed mostly empty, he didn't need words, he needed the motion. In his final week, he stopped speaking altogether. Still wrote, though, and every night after finishing, he'd place the notebook on the edge of the table, gently, like he was offering it to someone. The night he passed, we found the notebook tied closed with a piece of string. On top, an old bus ticket, faded, torn, but kept like it mattered. Inside, the last page read, "You were right, I was always late, but this time, I'm not in a rush." Since then, when I see an inmate with a notebook, writing slow in the dark, I don't ask. Not anymore. Because sometimes people write letters that don't need to be sent. Sometimes they're not even writing to someone. They're writing to a version of themselves that never forgave. A version that stayed behind in a rainy car, listening to silence. And in the end, maybe that's all any of us do.